Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Covenant. I'm a Celeste 1, Peak, Hulk, Angela, Emma, cat main. I also play tank. I'll pretty much only play tank and ranked. And today we're going to be reviewing a Gold 3, Gold 2 tank main. They said they've been struggling. They mainly play tank and a bit of support here and there. They want some tips to know what they're doing wrong, how to improve. So, that's all the information we have. Let's get started. I think they start off on Mantis here. Okay, this is PC. I'm not going to say too much about the support. I know some basics. I could probably help a little, but I think they mostly want to focus on tank. So let's just scoot ahead until they hit tank. Just skip ahead. I'm excited to see some good gold tanking. There's so much to learn from these games. Alright, let's skip ahead. Still on Mantis, still on Mantis. Is this just a support game? What's going on? Maybe they play... Oh, okay. They're on Hulk on second point. Okay, here we go. Perfect. Okay, this works out. I'm a Hulk main. Let's go! Okay. Okay with this. Okay, little miss in the exile. That'll happen. Kind of using your bubble for no reason. Okay, I like this positioning. You're not jumping out. Okay, now jump out. Oh, you got the kill. Okay, we went over this yesterday. We reviewed another Hulk player, and it seems like you have some of the similar things so far. First of all, how you use your bubble, you kind of just randomly used it for your supports, but they're not really in danger. And I get the point. I understand what you're going for. It's not really a good use. If you want to use your bubble for your supports, you got to wait till they're in danger and then use it for that. Then you have to understand, okay, I don't have my bubble. So if I jump in, I have to leave early. And you're not taking any damage. You're not leaving. That's great. You start taking damage. I would have jumped out here. You stayed a little bit longer. It ends up working out, but that will bite you later. So you got to be careful with that. Yeah. Yeah, Penny's a tough one against Hulk. Exile's not really gonna do anything. Okay, now, yeah, you overstayed your welcome. Okay, so something to keep in mind. Let's just go from a top-down view. And let's look up real quick. So, your job is to as a tank is to keep and maintain space. And all spaces, a quick description is just, it's uncontested area where your team can walk. So right now, your team has all this space in this corner here because they can walk freely. They're really not going to take much damage. This is their space. Now, before you jumped out, before you went and attacked the Penny, just take a look. They had all the space up to here, right? But they didn't have much space back here. Now, because they're being contested. So you decided to peel back and take this space, but it comes at a cost of the space up front. Now, Venom tries to hold it for you, but alone he can't really do too much. So I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but this is just something to understand. And the great thing about Hulk is he can actually hold space in multiple places at the same time because he's so mobile. You can jump in and jump out, and jump in and jump out. I don't think this was the best way to approach it. Very creative, and I'd give this a try. But the second you get to here, it's like, oh, she's set up. It's already too late. I can't really do anything against the Penny. So I'm already jumping back out. And instead, what would give your team the most space is if you sit right here, right? You're breaking mines, punching her a little, and then also you punch, and then you jump over here and punch a little then front, and you jump back, then forth, then back, and then forth. And then that way, this Penny doesn't have free reign to shoot at your supports, but this doesn't happen. Watch this. Your Venom, he's already popped his shield, and look, they just walk right in. And now your supports, not only do they not have this space, as you can see, your Psylocke died over here, but now they don't even have this space. So now they have to retreat back here, which is exactly where your cloak came to try to help you. Unfortunately. So you got to be aware of like, what is your purpose? What space am I defending and what space am I holding? And it really just depends on what characters the enemy's playing, what map, and things like that, and what characters your teammates are playing. Because a Rocket, as your support, is going to need different space than an Invis. So, try it out, and while you're playing, just keep in mind, what space am I defending, and what space am I giving up by being here. Okay, now let's go back. Okay. Okay, good job. Way to stay in the support ult. Okay, you kind of understand that's not your job. Way to pick up on the Rocket. Okay, you're zeroing in on the Luna. I like it. But a little too late. That's alright. That'll happen. This whole fight was just because of lack of understanding of space. Yeah.
Here we go again.
Okay, we're staying Hulk.
This is real firepower.
How far did you guys push it? Not very far. Okay. Alright, so now we gotta understand here, before we even start, this is what's going through my head as a Hulk. You understand? You don't have far. Where does the point need to get? Only to the bridge. So you don't have a choice. You have to hold up front. And you have... Now I'm thinking, okay, I don't have a choice of where I need to hold. Now I have to figure out how I need to hold the space. In order to do that, that is reliant on who's around me. So you just saw your Jeff die, and you have Psylocke and Cloak, but the other three are in spawn and they're far away. So I'm thinking I need to be extremely mobile, and I need to be in and out fast. I have 0 time to stay in the enemy team when I'm diving, and I need to, but I still need to hold space. So it's a very tough position as a whole. So if I'm you, I'm jumping up here and I'm scouting it out, and then I would do like a soft jump down with some cover, like here, punch, punch, get out. Punch, punch, get out. And just try to slow them down and make time for your team. I would only use my abilities defensively. So, with the exception of Clap. So you're going to use Exile to stop maybe this Daredevil from diving on your supports. You're going to use your Bubble when your supports gets low. And by your supports, I mean your Cloak, because she's the only one here. I'm not jumping in to try to get a kill. I'm jumping in to try to slow things down. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see how you approach it. Okay, bubble, 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 bubble. Okay, that's fine. Okay, you guys got 2 kills. This is great. This is great. So now what do you do from here? Let's see. Okay. A little too slow. You need to be doing stuff. Okay, good. You found the supports. Get on them. Stay on them. You have enough time now. You have a support ult going. Good. Great. A little bit of mechanics. Nice. Go break it. Break it right away. There you go. Okay. Rocket's now gone. Now you have a... Is it your Hela? That's your Hela. No, that's their Hela ulting. So I'm thinking Bubble. Ah, that's unfortunate. You gotta have faster reactions. You gotta understand, like, what can you do? Okay, is that their Luna? That's their Luna, their Penny. Oh, yeah. You're just taking too much damage. You gotta understand, like, the position that you're in. You're down a bunch of teammates. You're down a bunch of time. So instead of jumping around and kind of just looking, what I would do here is I would just stick to my cover and then see, okay, what's the last possible second? Because instead of taking all that health, so like here we're fine. Okay, you jump out, that's fine. I'm perfectly okay with this. Now just stop taking health. Stop losing health. And instead you jump up and you take you know, 300 more damage, and now you can't do anything. Now you're off point. So understand the position. Make sure you aren't doing anything crazy. You gotta jump in now with your ult. Jump, jump, jump. Good. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Interesting thing about Hulk's ult is when you ult the first time, you do hold on to point. So if you're sitting in this corner here this whole time, and then you go, okay, and then you jump in right here with ult, you'll stop the point, and your team might be able to get back in time. Perhaps. There's a good chance. Granted, this game's probably already lost, but that's the best chance you could give to your team to make a play. So, yeah, so watch your positioning, watch how you hold space, and do stuff. That was only half a game, so they actually gave another VOD. So let's check out that one too. Give me 1 second. Let's do this. Okay. Looks like you're playing Cap this game. Okay, starting off with Hulk. Alright. Here we go. Let's review another one. 2 Hulk games. Perfect. Alright, who's your team? Let's check your team first. You got Thing, so he'll be good against anti-dive, so your team shouldn't get pushed back. You got Bucky, anti-dive. Witch, a little bit of damage, and then you got Invis Cloak. Okay, solid team. You don't have to make any adjustments right off the bat. That's fine. Okay, I like that you're using cover. That's good. In and out. Okay, kind of... Did that hit? I'm sorry. What? No. Oh, that was weird. Okay, little mechanics work. Alright, now let's take a look at their team. What do you have to keep in mind with their team? They have a Thing, first of all. So if he shifts, you can't get out. They have a Luna. She can freeze you. They have Emma. She can grab you. Hawkeye does a lot of damage, and so does Psylocke. So those are the things that you're keeping in mind. Let's see how you approach. Okay, both things are dead. Bubble, bubble, get out. Yeah. So this is a positioning thing. You don't... Let's see. Instead of being here, you need to find a way to get your giant hitbox to take less damage. Especially against a team comp that has a Hawkeye and a Psylocke, or like Hela, Bucky, Punisher, things like that, because they'll just chip your health bar down, and that is a resource for Hulk. So instead of here, if you jump here, it's better. If you jump up here, which you tried to earlier, it's better. If you jump over here, it's better. Now I know this is kind of hard because your team just lost their other tank. So when you do that, you have to gauge like, okay, I'm up here. Does the Emma take advantage and just start pushing? If so, you need to jump back and bubble. If they don't, then you can keep going, stuff like that. So keep in mind that your health bar is one of your abilities, and you need to get feedback from your health bar and understand where your positioning is. If you watch top tier, high level Hulks, they don't take much damage if they don't need to. So you want to minimize damage taken. Let's write that down so I can remember. Minimize damage via cover. Okay. Alright, you feel the pressure. You're not going in, not going in. Alright, good. See, that's much better. You at least jump to the side. Because they have to turn. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, you got lucky. Take less damage. Hide, 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 hide. Hide. Okay, yeah. Alright, now you're accepting the fight is lost. That's fine. Your Thing goes in. I wouldn't even push in. I just let him die. Yeah, just let him die. That's an unwinnable fight. Nothing you can do to help. I like the idea of trying to help your cloak get out. That's fine. Good exile. Great. Okay, they switched to Penny now. No more thing. So that changes your abilities, changes where you can position. Okay, you guys are trying from here, which... that's unfortunate. Yeah. Hulk just doesn't get a lot of value here. So... it depends what enemy comp they're running, but you have to make your decision of where you're going to push from as Hulk. Hulk, he has good mobility, but he doesn't have a lot of range. So you have to keep that in mind. And so in here, this limits both your range and your mobility, because his is jumping. You're just going to jump into a wall, you're going to bounce off something. So this is just almost never a good place to go unless there are, 6 people over here and it's completely free. Now instead, if you waited a couple seconds, your team pushes and then you push from here, this is almost open now. You can kind of use your team as bait. Or you can go up top again. You can go up top over here, actually. There's a way you can jump through here, jump here, and then jump up here. This is a much better way, because then you can jump to the high ground and you can see more. But jamming through this door is almost never good as Hulk. It's very rare. Okay, that's fine. Okay, you should be... right now, you have a support ult, and they have a support ult. Nobody's going to die. So you should be thinking, alright, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to get my ult, and I'm going to pick somebody for the support, when the support ult ends, to focus on. So if we look at their team, they have a Luna ult going on, and they have a Cloak ult coming up. So I'm thinking I'm going to position myself here behind where I take little damage, and I'm going to find that Cloak. And I'm either going to force her ult early, or I'm going to kill her before she gets the chance to ult. And while I'm doing that, I'm staying on the ground. There you go, you got it. Okay, focus on somebody. Oh, that sucks. They won the ult battle. That's unfortunate. You kept your ult though, which is fine. I don't think you could have done much in that scenario because you guys started off pretty rough. You're not going to win every team fight, and there are team fights that you can do everything right and still just lose because the ults don't line up. Okay, you're using cover better. Good. I like that you're coming up here. That's great. Keep going. Keep going. Farther left. Farther left. Oh. Oh, that's unfortunate. You picked the right target, but you took a little bit too long. I liked this attempt right here. But instead of going with it, look, they're not... their whole team is pushing forward on your team. They're not paying attention, and they're not in the penny nest, most importantly. Plus, you have a Scarlet Witch. So at this point, I'm either communicating with them, I'm like, hey, I'm jumping this person, or I'm just watching who they're attacking. Because the Witch got the cloak pretty low. You guys, there's a good chance you kill there, but instead you jump into the nest. So pick your spots, know like where you're at. That's tough. Good setup though. Much better setup. I like that. Let's just skip ahead. Okay, you guys are going for a portal. Alright, Cap. Let's see how your Cap does. Nice. Oof. Okay. So with Cap is really hard. is a hard character. You know what, let's watch one more fight of your Cap, because you didn't really get too much of a chance. I want to see it.
We need to move.
Okay, we're not switching. Good.
Sorry,
I
soldier.
want to see it. Okay, you're waiting. Okay, you decide to go through here. Okay? We gave up. Okay. If we want to talk Cap, it looks like you already know the combo, which is good. Well, you know the animation cancel, which is good. Cap, you have to be really careful of picking your spots, and you have to know the rotation. So you jump in with F, which I don't like. F is used to secure kills, not to open up. Then you jump in with your slam. That is good. That's what you want to start with. You want to slam, punch, punch, punch. Okay, now if I'm here, I say, oh my gosh, I just took so much damage. I'm immediately aborting. Cap, you have to abort, and that's what your, what is it? It looks like you have found a mouse 4, your dash forward. That's what that's for. You just got to get out. And even if it's a temporary thing, like you just jump back to here where your supports are, you just jump back and out. And the great thing about that is you already made space. You push them from over here where they were into the corner. See, look where they are here, right? And now you jump in and watch what happens. And they all turn on you. That's great. That is perfect. That is exactly what Cap wants to do. The problem is you die for it. Because you die for it, now they just turn around and act like nothing happens. So if you make it out of there, you regroup with these two. Now you're fighting and they're in a corner, and your Scarlet Witch is ulting. Now you're back at full health and you're going back to punch them more. Like, this could have turned real quick. Because maybe that Penny doesn't cancel the ult because she's too busy with you, or she's peeling for you for Luna, you know, things like that. Okay, let's see how we do on defense. Okay, we're starting off with Cap on defense.
If I could get a look at Doom's machine, I could solve this problem by lunchtime.
Okay, we're playing flank Cap? No? Okay.
I'll be ship-shape in no time.
Alright, so let's start with your team. You have a Groot. You have a Groot, you have a Rocket, you have a Cloak. So you don't have long-range burst healing like you would with a Luna. So you gotta understand, if you want healing, you gotta come back. Rocket's balls are too slow. They're gonna slow down on Groot, on Squirrel, or on people before they get to you. So you're either stuck with health packs if you're in the back line, or you have to come back. And then with Groot, you're gonna get walled off. That's gonna happen whether the Groot is Silver or the Groot is Celestial. That's gonna happen. So you have to keep that in mind and understand when you're walled off, and really use your health bar as a gauge. Can I stay in? Can I get out? Now let's look at their team. You've seen an Emma already. Okay, you're peeling. Yeah, you're really not... Okay, here we go. Here we go. Get some pressure. Good use of shield. And your time is up. Get out. Nice. Good. Get a health pack. Great. Yeah, they have a Penny set up. That's not good. But that means that there's other areas where the Penny is not set up. Nice. Get her. And now F to finish her off? No, okay. Yeah, you're not using F correctly. Okay, you're kind of killing time because you're not getting any support. Okay, you're getting support now. Oh, that is the one character you don't want to slow down against. Yeah. Yeah, you're really just not doing enough. So the things that Cap excels at are making space by causing people to turn around. You're not Angela, you're not going to just swoop in and kill somebody. Unless the opportunity is like perfect. That can happen, but it's pretty rare. So what you need to do is you need to pressure either a DPS or a support and force the tanks to turn around and respect you, because if you don't, then you will get the kill. And the way you do that is by cycling your abilities. You want to jump in, jump in with your slam. Then you want to punch, 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 and then finish off with your F, your shield throw, and then you jump out with your dash. And then you need to be constantly active as much as you can given your support. If your health bar is not going down, you need to be in there. So save your shield throw for securing kills, watch your positioning, and I think this game goes a lot differently. Yeah. That's probably it. Okay. Well, there's all the tips I have for you. I think you have a lot of potential. I think understand your map cover as Hulk. That's a really big part of it. Understand your ability cycling your cooldowns on Cap. Understand what it's for. Understand how to keep and hold space. And understand a trade-off of space. Of where you're putting your attention and what does that allow the enemy to do. So anyway, I really hope this helps. Thank you so much for watching. God bless. Have a great day. And good luck, Reiner. Bye.